Anderson makes the catch, may score. 40-30 to the 20 down the right sideline. It is a touchdown, Robbie Anderson.
It's one of hundreds of touchdown calls from the voice of the Carolina Panthers, Mick Mixon. But after this season, the longtime play-by-play man won't be behind the mic.
Mixon is retiring after calling Panthers games for 17 years. Tonight, we get a look into his future in part 2 of a sit-down with WFMY News 2's Luke Liddon.
Carolina Panthers play-by-play man Mick Mixon says his seat in the broadcast booth on Sundays doesn't compare to this one.
Nothing like what my neighbors refer to as tractor therapy.
Retirement life?
Think she runs good.
Won't be as fast as life in the NFL.
McCaffrey, middle crowded, stiff arm takes him to the right, and he leaps and somersaults into the end zone for the touchdown.
This season will be Mixon's last calling games for the Panthers.
First down and more, breaks free, scores, standing up at the C in Carolina left side.
Once the season wraps up, he'll transition from the football field to the farm. He and his wife will move to Alamance County. They'll settle inside the renovated farmhouse built in 1910 on a sprawling 60 acres of land.
We might as well do a little mowing.
Well, if you know Mick, he will not be retiring. He may not be in a broadcast booth on Sundays, but he never sits still. So he will trade one job for another.
I'm now thinking about how good coffee tastes out of my John Deere tractor coffee mug.
You might be asking yourself, of all places, why Alamance County?
When we looked at this house, and I mean, it was a hot mess, tons of potential, but hadn't been lived in years. She kind of stumbled across a box and looked at it and said, oh my God, Valerie and Glenn Bird. This house was lived in by Dawn's mother's cousin. I felt kind of like the universe was saying, this would be a good spot right here. Try to buy this house.
On top of the family ties, the remote location was a draw too.
I love that we don't hear traffic buzzing by. I love that we can hear the crickets and the frogs at night. Very different from city life.
Sundays might look and sound a little different for Mixon.
So I love the Carolina Panthers more than all other teams added together.
But Panthers game days won't be too far away.
I got the Panthers Rock 92 dialed in, ready for Carolina Panther games. I don't know, there's just something American. There's just something that makes me feel good.
Once he shifts into gear, everything else fades into the rear view.
For me, it's just hard not to smile. My mind shifts from names and numbers and games to broadcast, and my mind shifts to, okay, are we running all right? Are we topped up on the hydraulic fluid? So it's a different kind of a mindset, but unbelievably relaxing. You see the rolling hills and the white farmhouses and the wraparound porches and the big trees and the pond. I mean, for 50 years I've thought that's what you want to try to get to. And there it is, life on the farm.
After one final season for the Panthers, Mick will have a different game to call. One involving only his wife.
I loved how you listened.
Huh?
His tractor.
You don't just shut it right off. You got to let it idle down, let it cool down a little bit.
And an endless sea of green calling his name.
I want to do two things. I want to do what I want to do, and I want to do what my wife wants me to do.
Oh, he is a wise man. I love he's going from one field to a different field.
Yeah, it was just so cool to be in his element alongside his wife and their golden doodle. Such great people, and such a cool and different side that I don't think any of us knew existed. Mick Mixon, the voice of the Panthers, also loves the farm.
He's going to be your neighbor.
I wonder if he'll be play calling while he's out there on the tractor, you know, just talking about the crops out there.
It's like his own little sanctuary out there on the tractor. It was cool to see him out there.
That is really great. Thanks, Luke.